We get a lot of questions sometimes, like when people buy our meat, they're like, well, I opened it up and it's not red. Why isn't it red? And the reason is because the only way to keep it red is they pump gases into the packaging that artificially create a red color. So the meat naturally is never that red. When you cut it and it's first exposed to oxygen momentarily, it will bloom, it's called. It'll redden up just a little bit, and then it'll instantly start to brown out unless you pump gases into the packaging for about 10 minutes and artificially create this like red pinkish color. So we get that question a lot. And it's like, they're like, your meat's not fresh because it's brown. It's like, well, actually, it's way fresher. Our meat is brown because 5 minutes later it turns to that brown color, and then we flash freeze it. So you're like eating meat that's like metabolic, 5 minutes old, versus that red fresh meat in the grocery store might be a month old and it's sat like that, but they're using artificial gases in that packaging to create a color that's completely unnatural.
So how would people know if is there anything on a package that someone...
Oh no, they don't have to declare it. If your packaged meat looks bright red, then it is filled with artificial gases to create that. Meat doesn't look like that. But like no one knows that.
Looks bright red and juicy, but this piece of meat is not safe to eat. Believe it or not, it's been sitting out for 11 days. So how could it still look so fresh? It's because it's being packed and gassed in a special process that most people never heard about, using carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, and nitrogen, which keeps the meat looking fresh and bright red. We left 2 cuts of lamb out at room temperature. One was gas-packed, the other no gas. After a few days, the untreated meat turns a dark, unappealing color. But the gas-packed meat stays red, even after being left out for 8 days. The only visible sign of spoilage is the package puffing out and a bad odor when opened. We had the meat analyzed in a lab, and it's no surprise that both cuts are loaded with bacteria. The color of the meat doesn't necessarily indicate it's fresh.